like their live stream that they did discussing the update about the Ring of Fire strat. I want to explain this here, right? I hold multiple top 10s, some of which are seconds that are blue screens on Black Ops 4, right, that I didn't even die on. Now, they're talking like top 10% of players. Let me tell you now, anyone using this strat, by the way, for XP, whatever you're doing, you're a knob. You're just a knob. I don't give a fuck. You're a knob. You spent £65 in a game to go into a game, survive till round 10, 15, whatever the fuck it is, buy your stuff, sit in a corner. Why have you spent 65 quid to do that? You spent 65 quid to go and sit in a corner with a ray gun and then press your ability every fucking so often and then just stand there firing. You've got to be fucking bored out of your cunt doing that, I'm telling you. Now my round 100, which is where I quit round 101, I did training, like you did in the good old days. That's fucking zombies. I remember seeing stuff like this in Black Ops 4, with the rocket launcher people standing in corners. What a load of trash. It's for fucking noobs. You can, any player in here now, I'll tell you how you fuck the game, because I go into a lobby in a public game, and I'm going to go in there, I'm going to go, oh yeah, what round you been to? Round 316. And to me now, that don't mean shit. Do you understand? If he sells me 316, I go, you got YouTube footage, right? And he goes, yeah. I go on it, he's standing in the corner with a ring of fire. And I can't offer that preference. Go, oh, you're a good player. You're fucking sick. Come join my lobby, mate. Yeah. I can't do that. Because he's just some shit cunt standing in the corner doing a fucking strat. What the fuck? And that's why these strats are shit. They're absolutely shit. You change the game to where you're going to stand in one place. And your argument is, oh, but it's risky because we have to jump down and buy ammo from time to time. So there is that element of risk. No, mate. That ain't risk. That ain't running around and getting the thrill of ducking and weaving through zombies like how it is supposed to be. That's just bollocks. And that's why I've not played the game in a week, because it's just shit. And I have to have my little rant about it. Good for you. Good for you. That don't mean shit to me still. That means you could have glitched. That means you could have used the Ring of Fire strat. The Easter egg you could do sitting upside down on the ceiling with one of your eyes duct taped shut. Go on, look on my channel. I've got world records and shit. That's the shit you want to be doing. Get your YouTube footage. Send a link into the world record leaderboard. Get some world records in there. That's the only thing that means anything in zombies now to this date. You can tell anyone anything. I could tell you I've got to around 165 million, right? Don't mean fuck all if I ain't got the YouTube footage. Don't mean fuck all how many times you've done the Easter egg, especially when the Easter egg's a piece of piss. And it does not mean fuck all what procedure you are. It just means you could have sat in the glitch or done the Ring of Fire strat. Absolutely meaningless. And I'm not being offensive to you directly, but it's all meaningless. This is my point. Maybe you say that, but if you've not got the YouTube footage, it doesn't mean nothing. You understand? Doesn't mean nothing. You can't prove that you didn't. Then I go into a game with you, and I'm not saying this, I'm going to use you as an example. I go into a game with you, you go down on round 6, you go round on round 10, you're going to sit there before the game and say, oh, I've been to this round, I'm a good player, I'm a god. And that's what's fucked up the game now, because everybody's a god, because there's so many ways to be a god. And everybody talks bullshit and they'll go, oh, I didn't glitch. You're not going to go into a shop, still sank, and when you get out, the security guard sees you 2 days later and goes, oh mate, did you still sank the other day? You're not going to go, yeah, are you? You're going to go, no. So when someone goes, did you glitch? If you did glitch, you're not going to fucking say yes whether you did or whether you didn't. So who's supposed to believe who? Nobody. The only way is with YouTube footage. And especially now with all this fucking Ring of Fire shit, nobody gives a shit. I'm just pissed off with the game. I'm pissed off. I spent 65 quid. I spent 65 quid on a game, and I love. Zombies I've always loved. I've done high round strats on all of them. And yeah, I just don't want to play. I went back onto Rocket League after like 3 days of playing. But I mainly wanted to touch ground on why I think that all these YouTubers talking about how the Ring of Fire strat and all that is good, and I just think they're idiots because they're ruining their own game. Because like, on that premise, right? On that premise, every map now should have a corner where you can go and sit in and just like easy rounds, you know, till round whatever. And if that's the case, then we're buying zombies to go into a game to farm points up until round 15, to keep a zombie, to run around the map, to buy things, to stand in a corner and then stand there for an hour and a half popping zombies, and then get out of the game, go and brag to everyone about how you got to such and such a round, when actually it took no fucking skill whatsoever to do, and you basically, essentially, played FIFA against yourself on split screen with 2 controllers and scored goals against yourself, and you're having a great time. It's 15-0, you're a fucking god. You've scored 15 goals against yourself, but the other player ain't even fucking playing because it's you. Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that? Why don't FIFA do that? Here, FIFA, if you're listening, EA Sports, the way to make players more interested in your game is to make it so that everyone can be godly at it. So, how about starting these leagues that you're starting, but instead of putting them against real players, put them against amateur bots so that they're winning every game. They're going to love it. They're winning. It's easy. That's what people want, apparently. It's easy. Black Ops 4 got it right in so many ways with the difficulty levels, but wrong at the same time because it should have never been optional like that, and the options should have been different to what they were if it was going to be optional, because nobody really, rarity, I saw a few people doing the one hit down shit, you know. But am I supposed to now, because I've never done this Ring of Fire strat, I've used Ring of Fire once period, and that's when I saw the strat and I thought, oh, that looks good, I'll try that in a normal game, and it weren't good. I popped it thinking it was going to kill everything around me, and it didn't do what I thought it was going to do. But am I supposed to now want to go on to this option here, click this, go on to the Die Machine solo, and then am I supposed to want to go and do that now to level up? Is that what I'm supposed to want to do? Because I don't. And now because of that, it makes me not want to play the game at all. Because why should I go in and struggle, spend here an hour or 2 hours going like to this round or that round, when there's some other cunt who's just sitting there doing it like that? And what I'm doing actually means fuck all. I'm going to say thank you, right? Okay. What zombies needs to be? Right. This is it, right? And I'm going to get this bang on, right? So, if anyone wants to argue this, then they're wrong, not me. I'm not fucking wrong, yeah? Because I know, right? Zombies needs to be split. One section for the new players and one section for the old players. The old players should have the option to have any of this bullshit inaccessible. Right. Like how they did on Black Ops 4 with the 4 difficulty settings, except it needs to be different, very different. They got that so wrong, it was unreal. Right idea, execution, terrible. Second, Easter eggs. How do I feel that like I've just had this geezer come in and comment, I've done the Easter egg 10 times. Who gives a shit? I bet you any money it's ridiculously easy to go in this game, go to round 50 and start the Easter egg steps from right there. Because the Easter egg steps are just so fucking easy. It's not hard. They've made it so a baby can do it. They keep making it so a baby can do it because they. This may be the last zombie game I ever buy, and if you're talking to like a player, I can't show you because I have to be in game to be able to stream. You know, some of the things I've done over time, I put a lot into this game over time. These games, So, what's the fix to an easy Easter egg? Well, let me tell you. Go into the game. You've got, you know, on 3 different parts of the map, a first step. Now that first step that you trigger will chain the next lot of steps. And in the event of you shooting different targets, which as I say there might be multiple places around the map, that would then process a different level tier of Easter egg. Now, I'm not saying that they need to add loads of things on, not at all. All they'd need to do is keep the steps as they are, and for each level add additional steps. They can keep their steps that they've already got, and that way it ain't going to be much of a memory issue or much of a big issue, and just add in some steps like how they did on Black Ops 2 with a Richtofen and Max's side Easter eggs like that. That's what they need. But instead of it, and it was difficult more on certain ones, you know, you remember it was more difficult, and people loved that. You go into a game, yeah, we're going to do the hard one, we're doing, you know, having this just option where it's just, maybe they have got it. I'm going to put my hands up now and say maybe this is already implemented in the game and just no one's found it yet. I doubt it very much, but or maybe future maps, even if it ain't this map, maybe future maps it will be. But the Ring of Fire strat has ruined the game for us, and you have to ask yourself, as a game producer, who's more important, the old or the new? And the truth is the new. That's the truth, ain't it, to them? The new, they want people buying the game, they want new players, they want people committed to the next game, they want them to buy this game and to be so into zombies that when the next one releases they're pre-ordered it. You know, that's what they want that, they want, and as much as that might be smart in the business sense, I mean, you've ruined the game for all the other players. You really have, and it is a shame because it's just not the same. But I should not have played this. No. I should not have played this for 3 days and then just been like, meh. Not me. Like maybe some other geezer, yeah, but not me. I should not have felt that way. I should have been setting my alarm clock after only having 4 hours sleep to want to wake up just to get back on this game. That's how I should be feeling about zombies. And I tell you that because I've felt like it before in other zombies, where I've got an alarm set. I've only got a few hours sleep in me, but I want to go again because I want to get stuff done. I want to be the highest. Maybe not so much level because that doesn't mean anything, but I want to be, you know, I want to have this done or that done, or done a starting room challenge, or you know, I've got goals. How long can I survive without this? One box hits, anything like that. And in all honesty, as mad as this sounds, coming on here now looking at this, the one thing I'd want to play is that. Just because I've not completed it. And I've not tried it really. I tried it once, got in a random play, I didn't know what it was. I was like, fuck this. And even though people were saying it's shit, I ain't tried it, so, well, I've tried it, but not really. So yeah, I come onto the game and the thing that everyone's saying is the shittest is the one thing I could probably actually mentally process right now. Otherwise, the other option, as I say, is I go into a game and die a machine, I was going to say diarise, and I'm, what am I doing? I don't know. And I refuse to go and sit in that corner like a prick. Sorry, you're a prick. Whoever's doing that, you're a prick, and you can tell me you ain't done it, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Well, you do whatever you want, but you're an idiot. Right, jumping on a bandwagon, spending 65 quid or maybe more if you've bought the Legacy Edition or whatever it's called, and you just spending hours standing there, reloading, and not even reloading because you don't really need to reload. You're just standing there, popping your ring of fire, shooting your ray gun, popping your ring of fire, shooting your ray gun, buying something, buying a chopper gun or whatever it is, buying monkey bombs, buying silver revives, fucking jumping down, buying ammo every now and then, which ain't as hard as everyone's making out, you know. Fair, you can get caught, you know, but that's not risk. That's not risk. That's all. It's just terrible. Like, I sort of want to upgrade the guns and get like. I'm not saying I don't want the camos, yeah, but I don't really care. Like, if I go in the game next week and I get a couple of people in that have been playing it for the next 2 weeks and I don't play, and I'll go into a game with them, they can have their gold their ether camo, but they know going into the game with me that I'm the fucking player. That if all 3 players are going down, the one person you want alive is Machiavelli 4444, he's going to revive every cunt. You understand? So it don't make a difference to me, because I don't care whether I got it. People know what's what. Whoever knows me, who plays with me, they know what's what. No, I'm not saying I'm a god. Like, these people who are just as good as me out there, like people who are better. You know, I see it. You know, I've done, as I say, world records and shit like that, and I'm not first in fucking every single fucking thing. Nor would I be. And even then, you're talking about different categories and different elements and different things involved. Like, I don't do speed runs for Easter eggs. There's so many things that I don't do where you've got someone who's sort of like a position on a football field. Like, although I'm sitting there going, oh, I'm the bollocks of a centre back, the truth is that makes me not much of a centre forward, you know. So I'm not saying I'm the dog's bollocks. I am a fucking very fucking good player, but I'm just using that as an example to say that I could have a guy who has messaged me because he wants me to get him through the Easter egg, for instance. He's an average player, you know, goes down here and there, but listens. He can keep a zombie, you know, he's willing to do stuff like that, but he's not the best player. But I can go into a game with him in 2 weeks' time, because I'm probably not going to play this again now to the next map, right? Which is sad. Really sad, ain't it? Like, that's the truth. It's really sad. I'm probably not going to play this again. Everyone's going to be max prestige. You know, I'm going to get all that, oh, I'm a high level than you bollocks and all that, and people are going to feel good about themselves and whatever. Yeah, but it's really sad that I now don't want to play this game until a new map comes out, and that I might even be considering downloading the prior Call of Duty games and deleting this until then, so that I can play maps I haven't played before, like the last 2 on World War II I didn't play, the last couple on Infinite Warfare I didn't play. So I've got things I can go back and do and experience new maps now if I wanted to, that are new to me. Sad. And that's what they've done to, maybe not all, maybe some of the old players are happy with these Ring of Fire strats, and I doubt it that there'll be many, but maybe there are a few, just because, like, even myself, I've had kids and things, and I can't do 2-3 days smashing it like I used to, leave the console on overnight, paused, you know, hope that it ain't froze by the morning, sort of ordeal. I can't really do that no more. But what I did was, I realised that, so I took a different look at the game, and that's when I started realising that, okay, instead of me going for high rounds, why don't I start doing starting room challenges, because that's really just as difficult, except you're in that small room with your, you know, no perks and your factory guns that you can't pack a punch. That's challenging enough. And then that way, you know, it usually around, depending what map, but, you know, 50-60 region, it starts getting a bit too difficult to handle. And that, although still is quite long, it's doable in what, a 16th of the time of a high run, maybe more, you know, a fraction of the time. Who's this? Is the same geezer from earlier. Okay. Alright, Oliver. Or Austin. Actually, it's probably Austin. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video because, like, even those who just joined now and just commented okay, like, they're family, and they all know that from knowing me that if a zombies game comes out, that's usually all I'm playing is zombies, and I'm not. So yeah, that's my reason why we're gonna fire is for noobs, because what's the difficulty in it? What's the difficulty in it, really? Jumping down and getting your ammo, wow. Wow. Alright, Oliver. I'll be mum in a minute. Get off my stream, you loser. Yeah, and shouldn't post your real name on the internet either, dum-dum. Yeah. It's shocking, ain't it? I'm thinking about doing a starting room challenge, or a one hit on the box challenge, or something like that. But I'm trying to convince myself hard to do it, because as much as I don't want to play, I want to sort of get my money's worth out of this game. And I don't think I can. I might just transfer over to multiplayer. I used to be a multiplayer player in Black Ops 1 and I was one of the best. I got better and better at that, and then I stopped playing. But it's weird because I could put on Black Ops 1 on the PS3 anytime, and although the first couple of games I might not be as good, as soon as, you know, my training boots are off, I can, you know, get 16-0 search and destroyers and tomahawk this person, that person, and left, right, centre. You know, I'm pretty formidable on there. Like, I'll probably go on there now, and people who are still playing it will know me. I would bet my life on it that I'd go in there, and it's been years since I played it, and I bet you they'll, like, I remember a couple of them. So that, you know, if in my mind now I've got a few names like DYI, Chi, OG Kush. OG Kush ain't even on my friends list. Dexify. There's a few that I know, like, who I went on to Black Ops 1. They would probably be there, because you're talking players that are on their years, you know. Loads of games come out. We had PS4s, but Black Ops 1 was Black Ops 1, you know. Yeah. So to summarise, one last time, you usually ring a fire strat, ain't shit. Anything to do dust at the moment, I might when it change on the next map. Anything demachine means jack. Easter egg speed run still means something, because even though it's really easy to do it the fastest, that's still like got a competitive thing to it. That's cool. Higher rounds don't mean shit no more. What's the point? Like, there's no, like, you've got no reason to want to go and do a higher round now at all, unless you want to go sit in that corner, because why would you want to spend something that takes days to do when you could do it another way that takes this much time, but you are literally acting like a silly little sissy girl sitting in a corner, getting no enjoyment out of the game whatsoever, or thrill. Yeah, there's my points. More to it. XP doesn't mean nothing. What level you are don't mean nothing. Your gun camo don't mean nothing. It all means nothing. Yeah? Nada. One thing we won't touch on is glitches. How many glitches were out when the game started? So, a lot of people got a level XP boost because of that. A lot of people got their weapons unlocked quicker than that. So, even that relates to the camo and the level system. And even though they might not be there anymore, the thing was out when the game was out. Everyone was playing at that point, so the majority of people would have used it. I just don't know why it's not too much to ask for a game where there ain't glitches, you don't have these silly strats. Make zombies a bit harder. Make 50 the new, make round 50 the new, you know, round 350. Why have we got to play for so long? Why have we got to play for so long? It doesn't need to be that way. Why can't it just start getting? You get to round 30 and the difficulty starts doubling every round. What's that game called? It's not a good. Oh fucking hell! What's it called? Sank 2. There's a VR version of it as well. I can't think of what it's called. But you'd have waves of zombies, waves and waves, and there's 20 rounds, and then there's a boss. You get through that, quick with no time, you know. And it's hard. Why can't I just do that? Why have I got to sit here for hours to accomplish anything? Like, what am I supposed to want to do now? Go into a game, let's say I've got half an hour, let's say I've got an hour, let's say I've got 2 hours. Why zombies is not going to be on my list at all? Because other than this onslaught, which everyone's saying is shit, so as I say, I ain't tried it, but everyone's saying it's shit. And it does look a bit shit, to be fair. If I go and start a game now, I've got an hour, am I going to feel good about getting to such and such round after an hour than having to quit and leave the game without dying? Am I going to feel good after 2 hours? The same question. Half an hour, the same question. No, the answer's fucking no every time. Like, I'm getting no enjoyment out of that because I'm not getting to where I can get. I'm getting to where I can get till I've got no more fucking time left. What the fuck? That's my point, yeah. There, solely, is like the main thing wrong with the game. Is I think, and they must know this. Like, don't get me wrong, us high round players, we love the grind of going to around such and such, and you know the difficulty of it, and remembering to buy this, remembering to buy that, and oh. Yeah, if I spend this much and then you spend that much, you can do up one window barrier, then you've got enough to open that much. Like, you know, smart things, and like it's good how you can do that. But then that gets to a point where that's all done, everything's open, you've got all your stuff, and from that point, it sort of becomes like you zone out. To explain it, when you're playing zombies, you zone out, and time passes so fast. Because you're just constantly killing zombies, so you're not really realising how fast time's going, and before you know it, it's 2, 3 in the morning, you're still not dead. So then that point you pause it, you wake up in the morning, you carry on, which by the way, when you come back after pausing the game, you're always not ready to play at all. So you should always keep a zombie and run around for a couple of minutes with that zombie. Like just start fucking sliding, diving, just get used to your mobility, you know, and then play the next round, because otherwise sometimes you just get caught off guard a bit. I learned that over time. I remember once I paused it, come back in the morning, unpaused it, and I died like in the first 10 seconds of unpausing it, you know. So, yeah. Sorry, I just have to check something. So if we made, so if I go into this game now, right, and it was to get to like around 20, 30, 20's like, you know, how long does it take to get to around 20, 30? Half hour, 45 minutes, hour, I don't know. It depends, doesn't it, I suppose. It's obviously always going to be different. But yeah, let's say at that point, the difficulty starts increasing dramatically. Like, who is it ruining it for? Because it's known that the top 50% of players who play Black Ops Zombies do not go past round 10. Right? That's mad to say, but apparently, and again, I ain't seen the numbers, right? But this is what a lot of the YouTubers are saying, that 50% of the people that play the zombies do not go further than round 10. So you're then dealing with, okay, so what percentage would it be that can't get to around 20? Would that increase to 60-70%? Because then you've only got 30% of players there. Now that 30%, would they majority? Why can't they do a vote? Why can't they do like, you know, I either open a Discord server or do it on their Twitter and do a vote on what players would want? Because I am sure, as I am, that people would vote to be able to play this and actually die and have the time to do so. I bet you any money, right? The best player of zombies ain't even known because they don't have the time to do the things. Like I have not got the time to go. I will never have the highest round world record because I ain't got the time to do it. Not that I ain't got the ability, I ain't got the time. It's probably gone on longer than I wanted it to be honest. It was going to be short and sweet. But that's my passion of the game. I probably got a bit rude or whatever, and probably people are offended, but I'm sorry. But this is just not what the game should be. I've not done one ounce, not one game, not anything of this double XP. So when I end this in a minute, it'll end because I'm closing app. It won't end because I'm shutting down the stream and then I'm gonna play, or I'll be back later and I'll be playing later on stream, or it's just gonna end. And if I was to play now, as I say, it'd be that. I'll probably go on there and do myself a challenge. One box, starting room. But how I'm feeling about the game, now probably ain't the right time to do that. Or go in a public game and just mess with people, in all honesty. And that's zombies. And I'm sorry, but that's the truth. And my opinion, and if you don't like it, I'm entitled to my opinion. But I honestly believe that if you were to ask, and I'm not talking about YouTube streamers who do Easter egg, because doing an Easter egg or finding out steps does not make you a god at zombies. It doesn't. I think the best of them, actually, and he probably is the best. I mean, I like to watch Roller Waffles tutorials if ever I'm doing an Easter egg or something, you know, I'll be honest. But probably the best one is Noah J, for solving them. And not only that, he's also probably got the most skill out of them. Actually, no, like the underrated ones are pretty decent, like Chopper and things like that, you know. The underrated ones are good. But even though Noah being as good as he is, he'd tell you himself he ain't a world record player. You know, he ain't. He's a Easter egg first completioner and a decent all-round zombie player. You know, a very good, decent. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not understating how good he is. I'm not trying to. He's very good, but he ain't like, you know, Ryan such and such. So it's strange to me that the people that we've got talking for us as a community are not the real zombie players, you know? Because I could stream a video now, go to brand blah blah, right? I could sit here for the next 3 days, stream this video of me doing this, right? But then nobody watches it. They don't. And it ain't because I'm not a big time streamer. Maybe it is, maybe you'd still get a decent view count. But if you go and search up zombie videos, you don't get even on tutorials. Maybe on tutorials actually, but on any gameplay videos, you don't get the views. Any world record, you don't really get the views. You'll get more views probably to a world record reaction. Let's test this. I'd like someone, if they do watch this video, to go and find out and comment and let me know. If you find out, oh, one second. Yeah, if you went and found out, so go on to Noah J45's videos, go and find one of these world record reactions, right? I want to know if his world record reaction has more views than the actual world record. And I bet you it does. I don't even have to look. I'm gonna look. There's my phone. Nowhere to be found. At all. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. So go there, go Noah J world reaction. Okay. Let's not do a recent one. Let's not do a recent one. Let's type zombies as well, because apparently the game's not popular enough to know what I mean when I say Noah J. Right. Let's go for... Let's go for... Okay, the only one I can see, we'll just do this one then, was... That's too soon. Right, let's go... I guess World Record Revelations. I see. I just don't feel many people would watch the Revelation ones because it's not everybody's favourite map. Okay, right. So here we go. The world record Revelation speedrun has got 742,000 views in 1 month. Right, in 1 month. Now watch. Revelations speed. Revelations world record. Okay, so I found the video. It's got a picture of the video. I'm clicking on it. 791k 4 months ago. So it's got more views, but no as has been uploaded in a quarter of the time. And it's literally neck and neck. Like, if I check this again in a week, and I think I would bet money that a lot of the views that he's got is attraction to the video from Noah J456's video. So that just goes to show you that the whole of zombies is outlooked upon what are YouTubers or main YouTubers that play the game outlook upon it. They ain't listening to the players, they're listening to I'm not saying they even listen to him, but I'm saying that if Treyarch were to look for opinions, these are the opinions that they will see. And we run off of those players. Definitely, we run off of those players. So now I've got a stream coming up as a recommended video where you got, you know, was it 4 or 6? I think it was 6. There must have been 6 because I can remember more than 4. Mr. T Lexify, Chopper, Noah J, Mr. Underwaffle, JC Backfire. Maybe it was just 5. No, I can't remember the other person. And they're going, you know, oh yeah, Ring of Fire this, Ring of Fire that. If Treyarch were, which they probably are, watching or looking at these videos, what people are saying about their game, I mean, 100% they are. Whatever they say in that video, that's what Treyarch are going to take away and consider. I'm not saying they're going to listen to what they're saying, but obviously Treyarch have got their own minds and do what the fuck they want to do. But walking away from it, the decision that they've got to say, alright, this is what they're saying, what do we think about that, is not the question we would ask. It's the question these YouTube streamers would ask. To say, oh, we think that you should bring back the Ring of Fire strat to its full glory, and the what's wrong with that? What's wrong with 450 being the new round 100? And yeah, that's what's wrong with it. You're destroying the game that you love by making it that you stand in a corner the whole time. These things shouldn't be doable, because yes, you can do it, but how many times can you do that before that's mind-numbingly boring? And then when you want to play, what's the point in playing normally when you can play like that and achieve something much easier and better. And then you leave the game fundamentally down to these competitions, like no perks, no hit the gun box, you know, hit the box twice, hit the box once. You leave it to that and that only. So whenever I want to play the game, it will be to do a run, not to play it just because I want to have some fun or chill with some mates and shoot some zombies, which should be the main point, I feel, of what you want to play the game for. The runs should be there for, like, I ain't done a run yet. I might not do for a little while, and I'll come on and do one. I don't want to do that all the time. That's not interesting to me. I prefer to get a couple of people in, have a nice little chat, and shoot some zombies. But why? You know. So I'm gonna go anyway. That's me rambling on about this rubbish. Yeah, just like, no one's gonna watch this, so I don't know this is nothing. But on the off chance it does get watched, like, ignore me talking rubbish, or maybe my attitude or my swearing or whatever, and just listen to what I'm saying to you. You're killing your own game. You really are. You're changing it. You're not killing it. You're changing it, and that change will destroy it, because there's no replayability in it. It's boring. It's boring being able to do that. So, like, even the YouTubers are not playing zombies, like, because the strat just isn't fun. So we need this. Easter eggs that have difficulty ranges. You shoot this, mate. This is an example of what you could do. Maybe you can set it before you go into the game, I don't know. You shoot the thing, it triggers off what sort of Easter egg you're going to be doing. You know, you can use the same steps again you've used before, and then add steps to it. You can do all that, whatever. Difficulty Easter eggs. Take out any of that stuff where you're able to stand still. You've given players too much already. You know, we're allowed to pause now. That's something we've always wanted. There should be no other reason to stand still. Players should be moving at all times. In zombies, if you know zombies, you have to move all the time. You don't stop. You stop, you're gonna mess up. You want to keep bringing them zombies around. Train them. Get all the zombies in the map. Get them all in front of you. Spray. Once you can't spray no more, you've been spraying too long, you need to start moving again. You carry on moving. Don't make it so that you're just standing there aiming and then shooting, because it's just like, don't make it that. Like, please, like, I'm asking, please, because it's a game I love. I want to be able to buy the next Call of Duty next year and already have the confidence that it's not going to be like this if it's got zombies. I hope it's not Treyarch now who makes it, in all honesty. I really do. I'd rather an Infinity Warfare. Like, Spaceland and all that was not great at the time, but compared to what we're getting at the moment, I think that would be a breath of fresh air, in all honesty. It's still like the same, as I say, as before. You could still have to go to ridiculous rounds and whatever to get the higher rounds and whatever, but you just not got them strats where you can just really sit in a corner. Like it's like Giant, yeah. What I'm saying here, look, I've just clocked another thing. It's the Giant, ain't it? It's like the Giant on steroids. Die Machina. That strat is like the Giant on steroids. Except from the Giant, you couldn't stay there forever. You were going to get overrun. Yeah? Eventually. With Die Machine, that's not the case. That's why it's steroided up, right? And as much as the Giant was pretty decent, like I didn't mind the catwalk, whatever, I could take that, you know, 40 rounds, do boom, 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 I get my XP. It was nice to have it. It was nice to have it. But to have something that fucking OP in this, that's my last. That's all I've got to say. That's my. Like, I said too much, but that just hits the nail on the head. Like, what the fuck?